Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel, and this week on Pokemon Go is arguably the biggest week of 2025 on the game, and that is because it is the Pokemon Go Fest Max Finale event, and we get the introduction of Eternatus as well being released for the first time ever on Pokemon Go. We saw a trailer around about a week ago that Pokemon Go released, and a lot of speculation came out from that. There was a count up to 60. Some saying it was a trainer level increase, some saying it was potentially the level you could power up Eternatus to, the first ever Pokemon to be powered up to level 60. But we have answers now, and we're going to get into that as well as what the event is this week. All of the things that are happening this week, we are going to cover it here on this video. So make sure to stick around and get the answers for all the questions you have about this week on Pokemon Go. So let's get that screen up and we'll go through the in-game information as well as answering any questions that video brought us last week. So let's get that screen up now, and as you can see, it is here on the Pokemon Go website. It is the Max Finale event. Now, the Max Finale is the event at the weekend, which involves a lot of the Gigantamax Pokemon returning back to the game, and of course the Eternatus Eternamax being on Gigantamax battles as well. So we'll cover that in just a moment, but that's going to be this weekend, August the 23rd and August the 24th, from 10 AM till 6 PM. So very much the same sort of hours as what the Pokemon Go Fest was about a month ago now. So the Pokemon Go Dark Skies event is from Monday to Friday, just before that weekend of the Max Finale, and it's August the 18th to August the 23rd, 10 AM till 10 AM on August the 23rd. Now, it says here, we'll quickly scroll through these, but it says that Eternatus descends from the sky worldwide. Now, Eternatus is going to be available on the Max Finale Go Pass, so that's going to be another Go Pass ticket, and it will be available for all players worldwide. You don't have to buy the deluxe version, but Eternatus will be available at rank 60. Now, that video that came out last week sort of built up to the number 60 and caused a lot of speculation as to whether a trainer level increase was coming. Unfortunately, that is not the case. It is just going to be the rank of which you can expect to encounter Eternatus, and that's going to be on the free version of the pass. So you don't have to buy the deluxe version of the Go Pass to be able to get Eternatus, but all the candy is going to be available from the deluxe version. So you'll get a lot of Eternatus candy from buying that deluxe version of the Go Pass, and you may very well need that. There is now confirmed reports that to get Eternatus powered up from the moment you catch it to level 50, it will cost 8,900 normal candy, so normal Eternatus candy, and then also 8,900 candy XL. So a huge amount of XL candy required, and that's not including how much you need to power up its moves as well. Of course, it's going to have Dynamax moves, and each one of those could be powered up to level 3. And if you do that, its adventure effect, Eternatus adventure effect, if you use it in Dynamax or Gigantamax battles, it will boost all of your Pokemon that you're using during those battles up to level 4 attacks. And that's a brand new level released to Dynamax and Gigantamax, but only Eternatus with that adventure effect will do that to your Pokemon. So make sure, if you haven't already, or if you somehow manage to get the candies, that you can somehow make that up to level 3 on your Eternatus, and therefore all your Pokemon will get up to level 4 on their Dynamax moves when you use it in the same battle. So that is going to be an adventure effect for the Eternatus. Very, very cool adventure effect, but of course, like we mentioned before, you need a lot of candies, and that's where the Deluxe Pass comes into play, because you do get a lot of Eternatus candies from getting that Deluxe Pass. Now, it is $14.99 US dollars, or $14.99 Great British pounds, or your local currency. So make sure to check in with how many Dynamax you're going to do during the week, because you can only rank up the levels as well. You can't rank up from catching Pokemon in the wild. You can only rank up through those levels on the Go Pass by actually winning raids or max battles. So that's the only way that you can rank up through those. So it's going to be a case of wondering whether you're going to do a lot of raids or max battles to make it worthwhile buying that deluxe pass. So make sure to keep that into account. Now, as you can see there is the image of Eternatus, a very, very cool Pokemon. And I think the Hundo CP, when you do encounter it from rank 60, is around 1898. So if you get anywhere near that, you've got a very, very good Eternatus. Now, Eternatus as a whole on Pokemon Go isn't very good. I got asked a couple of times, how does it suit the meta? Now, in this current form, it is probably just below Zacian. So it's around about second or third best Pokemon on the game. So it's actually really, really good. But when I said it wasn't very good, that is in comparison to its Dynamax Eternatus. Dynamax Eternatus, if you can change this form of Eternatus that you get at a later date into its Dynamax form, then you've got the best Pokemon in the game. It is outclassing everything and has a huge attack stat. So make sure to keep an eye out for this. Now, being that we're only getting given one Eternatus encounter, maybe we will be able to change its form at a later date, or maybe they will give us additional Eternamax counters to get the Eternamax form. So we'll have to wait and see on that one. But at the moment, you can only get one Eternatus encounter. That's at rank 60 of this Go Pass. And unfortunately, any Eternamax battles that you do during the weekend, when it's available for the Max Finale weekend, you won't be able to get the encounter for Eternatus. You will only get Candy and Candy XL. So again, another good way of getting the Candy for it to power it up, but unfortunately, no additional encounters. But we're getting a little bit ahead of ourselves there, but that is mostly the questions about Eternatus answered. So let's get on to the Dark Skies event. Now, we have got some new avatar items, including the Eternatus top, pants, shoes and helmet, of which the helmet will be available as a reward from the Go Pass Deluxe. And we have the information on the Go Pass, which I'm going to go through very, very quickly because I think we've pretty much covered it all. Like I say, on the Deluxe one, you will get loads more candy for Eternatus, as well as some additional encounters. And then, of course, you get this avatar item as well, the Eternatus helmet. But other than that, it is pretty much the same as the Go Pass. Of course, all that Go Pass Deluxe gives you all the additional candies and everything like that. So make sure to go check that out and see if it's worthwhile you buying it. And the featured Pokemon rewards, again, we've already discussed the Eternamax. Now, another good thing about the Deluxe version of the Go Pass is that you do get increased shiny chance from 1 to 4 Dynamax battles. So anything that's level 1 to level 4, you get an increased shiny chance if you have that Deluxe Pass. And there is a chance of a special background on those Dynamaxes, which I'm sure it will get covered in just a moment. But let's go through the Tier 1, Tier 2 and Tier 3 rewards from that Go Pass. On Tier 1, you will get an increased power of Behemoth Blade and Behemoth Bash, additional max particles from Power Spots. From Tier 2, even more power from a Behemoth Blade and Behemoth Bash, and increased chance for wild encounters near Power Spots. Tier 3, you will get maximum increased power for Behemoth Blade and Behemoth Bash, and additional rewards for max Pokemon placed at Power Spots. So they are the tier rewards of the Go Pass. And of course, if you buy it from a web store as well, you'll get some additional items from doing that. Now, let's get on to the Dark Skies event, because the featured Pokemon for this, it is pretty much all Dynamax Pokemon that are going to be featured throughout this week. And we have some really cool raid bosses as well. And we'll get into that in just a second. But Dynamax days are going to be Monday. These are going to be the Pokemon on Dynamax, as you can see here on the screen. I'm not going to read them out, but you can see them all on the screen. The main ones that are there are, of course, the legendaries. Latios and Latias are going to be returning with that chance of a background. And, of course, they can be 1 in 20 shiny odds. And all the other ones are going to be from level 1 to level 4, which means you have an increased shiny odds for all the other Pokemon if you have that that Deluxe Go Pass. So those are the ones that are going to be featured on Power Spots throughout Monday. and they've roughly got about 2-hour timers on them. So each power spot will automatically change into a different Pokemon after 2 hours. So keep an eye out for that. Then on Tuesday, the Dynamax Legendaries that will be making their return on Tuesday and Wednesday are the Legendary Kanto birds. So we have Zapdos, Articuno and Moltres returning on Dynamax battles for Tuesday and Wednesday. And we also have the Toxtricity as a Dynamax in both its amped form and low-key form. And that's normally a level 4 Dynamax battle, which means, again, you can get a shiny boost if you've got that deluxe pass. Now, on to Thursday and Friday. The Dynamax battles look like this on Thursday and Friday, and we have a return of the legendary dogs. So we have Suicune, Raikou and Entei all returning on the legendary Dynamax battles, both on Thursday and Friday. And then, of course, we are into the weekend. But let's have a look at the raids from Monday to Friday and see what is appearing on raids. From 5-star raids from Monday to Wednesday, we will get the normal form of Zacian and Zamazenta. On Thursday, we will get the normal form of Zacian. And on Friday, we will get the normal form of Zamazenta. Now, Zacian on Thursday will be in its normal form up until a raid hour. Raid hour is going to be on Thursday, and it's going to feature the crowned form Zacian on Thursday. So the crowned sword form Zacian, which is a super cool one to get, because of course not only can you get the encounter with Zacian, but also you can get that energy that you can use to fuse one of your Zacians. Now, Zamazenta is very much the same. There's going to be an additional raid hour on Friday where we can get 6 p.m. till 7 p.m. local time, just like on Thursday with Zacian. Zamazenta in its crown form will be having a raid hour on Friday, 6 p.m. till 7 p.m. And of course, 1 in 20 shiny odds for both of those. And again, it will have its energy that you can obtain through defeating its crown form, where you can also catch or try and get a shiny normal Zamazenta. And of course, that energy is going to be vital going into the weekend, because you need the crown forms to be able to use them in the Dynamax and Gigantamax battles. And they are really good against the likes of Eternatus during the weekend, which we're going to have a look at in just a moment. So the return of the crowns, it says here a little bit further down, just what I've said. The raid hours from Thursday, 6 p.m. till 7 p.m. will be your crown form Zacian, and on Friday, the crowned shield Zamazenta. So them are going to be the forms appearing on raid hours on Thursday and Friday. Wild encounters, these will be appearing more often in the wild. Of course, these have all got Dynamax forms, but these will be appearing more often in the wild. And then we've got some event bonuses as well. So one of the bonuses that I noticed this morning was that the max particle limit has now been increased. Normally we get 800 limit per day. That has now been increased to 1,600, and I fully expect that to stay the case throughout this whole week. 1,600 max particles you can collect each day. Then the power spots will refresh more frequently. As I've just said, 2-hour timers that I'm noticing at the moment on these power spots, and more power spots than usual will be active. So I'm seeing that round where I live, I'm seeing a lot more power spots than I normally see, and that is because of this week. Now, the remote raid pass limit will be increased to 30 from Monday, the August 18th to Friday, August 22nd. So 30 remote raid pass limit. Now you can use that 30 on all raids or all Dynamax or all Gigantamax, whichever you wish to use it on. You can have 30 remote pass limit. Now the timed research, there'll be a timed research focusing on winning max battles that will be throughout the event. Complete the research for Zacian Candy, Zamazenta Candy, and encounters with the following event-themed Pokemon. Grookey, Scorbunny, and Sobble are going to be appearing on that timed research. And then we have a timed research code as well, GoFest Max. Use that in the code redemption website, and you'll get a special background encounter with one of the paths that you choose. So you can either choose Inteleon, Cinderace, or Rillaboom, should I say. and one of those will get a special background. Whichever one you choose, you'll get a special background encounter. It will have this month's seasonal background, and you can get hopefully a decent one of that. Now, the RSVP planner for Gigantamax battles coordinate more easily. You will now be able to do RSVPs into Gigantamax battles, and an additional update to Gigantamax battles during this week are that the lobby sizes, which are currently max out at 40, they are going to be now changing, so they max out at 100 people per lobby, which means we can fit a lot more people in each lobby. But of course, we're going to need a lot more people because of those Dynamax Eternatus. Now, that change from 40 to 100 will stay in effect after the week is done as well. So we'll still be able to get 100 people in Gigantamax battles going forward, and that will remain the point throughout the week. So let's have a quick look and see at the weekend what the Gigantamax battles are going to be. So if we go up here and switch over to Max Finale, you will see here that Eternamax will be featured in most of the Gigantamax battles. But also on Saturday and Sunday, we will get different Gigantamax Pokemon appearing as well as Eternatus, and each during an hour time slot. So on Saturday, from 10 AM till 11 AM, we will get Gigantamax Lapras returning alongside Eternatus. 11 AM till 12, we'll get Gigantamax Snorlax. 12 till 1, we'll get Gengar. 1 till 2, we'll get Enteleon. Venusaur will appear 2 till 3. Machamp 3 till 4. And 4 till 5, we'll see the amped form Gigantamax Toxtricity. On Sunday, we will get the same hour time slots, but with different Pokemon. Rillaboom will be first from 10 AM till 11 PM. It's 11 AM, should I say. Charizard will make its return from 11 AM till 12 PM. Gigantamax Butterfree, of course, we've only just had that a couple of weeks ago. That will be also returning 12 till 1 on Sunday. Gigantamax Kingler, 1 till 2. 2 till 3, we'll see Blastoise returning. Cinderace, 3 till 4. And lastly, at 4 till 5 on Sunday, we will see Gigantamax Toxtricity in its low key form. So keep an eye out for those. Keep an eye out for the hour time slots, of which you need to perhaps get the Gigantamax. Maybe you missed out on a couple of the Gigantamax Max Battle weekends, or maybe you weren't about, and you can hopefully catch up on some of those, and in fact get the shinies that you're perhaps missing from those weekends previously. So a really good time to get those shinies, get the ones that you missed out on during this weekend, and hopefully there's going to be quite a lot of trainers near you trying to take these down, and especially the Eternatus. Make sure to keep your teams set up for Eternatus. The best team that I can find at the moment for the likes of the Eternatus going into the weekend, we have Latios as one of the best attackers against Eternatus, and then the tanks are going to be Zacian and Zeramazenta. Them are going to be the best tanks to use against Eternatus, and of course Latios is featured during the Dynamaxes tonight, Monday. The Dynamaxes, Latios and Latias are going to be on those. So maybe it's time to do some of those to get yourself a decent one for the weekend for Eternatus and Eternamax. So make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel as well. I know there's been a lot of information, but make sure to go back and go through some of it if you've missed some of it. Make sure to comment down below your thoughts on this Max Finale week on Pokemon Go. A lot of things happening. Me personally, I'm doing a community meetup in my community most evenings and of course at the weekend. So there's going to be a lot of things to organise for me personally. So I might not be doing too many YouTube channel videos over the next few days, but make sure to keep an eye out for any more updates, and anything that I get on Pokemon Go, I'll be uploading onto the short. So keep an eye out there. Thanks very much for watching. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn that notification bell on. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.